Hello YouTube, August 2nd, 2018, and we already here with it. I'm just trying to get my mental preparedness because I did watch the video, Monique, and I feel the same. Now, I wanted to come and cuss your ass out and wanted to say, bitch, what the fuck you, and I'm still going to do that. Don't get it twisted. Now, I'm not going to go at you like I wanted to earlier because now I done took the time. I said, you know what? Monique gonna have to come on here with a live and tell me the reason why she jumping over here with whites only pass. Shout out to darn gone Miss Nina. I ain't seen a video from her in a minute. But anyways, I said now Monique got to come up on this bitch and tell me something with her darn gone around the way darn gone talking ass. Don't never give a motherfucking direct answer. Good thing this bitch got a background in business where I'm able to darn gone dissect what she says when she beats around the bush. She don't never answer a question directly. But I'm still confused about this. So let's get on into it. Unless you've been under a rock, y'all already know. Miss Monique, honey, my loves, my darlings, has felt the need to come to the defense of none other than Roseanne Barr's racist tweets, because it is still racist. And I'm about to get into Monique's ass about her darn on flip-flopping for the cause. Her best interest, because Roseanne Barr found favoritism in her. So Roseanne, as y'all know, called Valerie Jarrett, who does look predominantly like a white woman. Matter of fact, she is a white woman, and I'm going to get into that in a moment. But that still does not excuse what she said. So she called Valerie Jarrett, who was the former spokesperson for President Obama, a 8. She said if you mix Planet of Apes with darn on Obama, you got Valerie Jarrett. Caused the hoop hop because everybody in the black community want to adopt everybody that's not even black. So we put Valerie Jarrett in the black community, and it became a racial discriminatory thing. Now, DNA has actually came out and actually proven that she's actually more white than she is black. And I mean, that's obvious because if Tia and Tamara are more white than they are black, it goes to show that this woman definitely can be more white than black, because I mean, she looks about the same complexion as Joy Behar. I seen her on The View, and it was like, well, damn, she makes darn on Mariah, and it's not too many, biracial people that make Mariah Carey look dark. Mariah Carey actually has more color to her skin than Valerie Jarrett. Valerie Jarrett has a pinkish tone to her skin, almost similar to Joy Behar, who's Italian. So I can see the confusion, and Roseanne Barr thinking the bitch was white. I thought that bitch was white. Bitch, you knew that bitch was something else. Like Maya Rudolph, honey, I thought she was motherfucking Latina. Well, I thought Maya Rudolph was, Native American and white. I thought Valerie Jarrett honestly was darn on a Latino, to be honest with you, and more of a fair-skinned Spaniard Latina. That was my thinking of it. But it turns out she is half black, she's 49% white, she's 46% African, and 5% Native American. So she's a multiracial white woman with a lot of black lineage in her, because one of her parents or both of her parents have a moderate amount of black in them. So I can see where the confusion lies, but still, Roseanne Barr meant that shit with a racial undertone. It wasn't that, oh, I thought the bitch was white so I could say it. Come on, bitch. You have a history of darn gone saying stuff towards. Now, maybe if this was Amy Schumer, we could darn gone overlook this shit. Rosie O'Donnell probably could have got away with saying that joke, because Rosie O'Donnell don't have a history of darn gone saying that. But when you come from a background of darn gone racist, bigotry, xenophobia, and then you line yourself with the biggest supporter of all of that, which is darn on Donald Trump, in a day and age where people are getting called out on this bullshit, you done went and blamed it on being up late at night, very similar to our president. It's very shameful that our president of the United States has some of the same darn on qualities as this darn on deplorable racist darn on dried up comedian who ain't never been funny with her darn on spoiled darn on sour buttermilk having looking ass. With that blonde hair, which would have looked good on anybody else, but made her look like darn on tainted sour buttermilk on there talking about, I thought if that bitch was white. What made it funny, even if the bitch was white? What made the joke funny? Because the context that you said it was not even framed as a joke. Now, it would have been something different if, and you know, I'm going to play devil's advocate, if you would have said, oh, her Curious George looking motherfucking ass, when you mix darn gone President Bush with darn gone Planet of the Apes, you got her Curious George looking motherfucker. You didn't even sugar it up to make it seem like a joke. Because as somebody who also is good at dissecting tones within messages, because that's something else they taught us in marketing, how your tone can come off in your delivery within a joke. Like if I was to call you bitch please, you know it's not going to be the same as if I was to say bitch. I said bitch twice, but you notice the tone of where I said bitch darn gone shifted it. And your tone within that tweet was not indicative of you darn gone trying to darn gone say a lighthearted darn gone joke. You was very darn gone visceral. You, even with you darn gone yelling and ranting, you was darn gone, you really meant that with some darn gone racist intent. You didn't say, oh, I thought her Curious George looking motherfucking ass was a darn gone white woman. If I knew the bitch was black, I damn sure wouldn't have said it. So you up on darn gone live with Monique for an hour from what she said, darn gone apologizing profusely, but you ain't apologized to the darn gone masses. So you can apologize to darn gone Monique in private, but you ain't darn gone made a public announcement sober yet. And Monique, this is where I got to get on your motherfucking ass. Because I stood with you with Netflix. I signed up for the darn gone months of trial, and I didn't even darn gone go through it. Even though I missed my charm. Now I got my cable and stuff, but damn. You know I can't pull up charm like that, so I can't look at my charm. I'm missing out on how to get away with murder behind your motherfucking ass. And to be real with you, Netflix, how privately racist they is, and they only catering to black people as far as compensation wise. They ain't really doing it out of the kindness of their hearts for people who defending Netflix, because soon as you know the well is dried up, they'll throw you away to pasture. We seen how they did several other people. We seen how they try to pay one of the sites. We seen how they paid you. Now, I done came up on here with a whole video saying you should have been paid at the bottom line $4.33 million, $6.5 million at the highest, and your middle ground should have been $5 million bucks. Now, as far as people talking about your husband, Sidney, I admire you, I do. You as a strong, faithful husband. You was the best husband for Monique and everything else. Y'all are very much compatible. But as a darn gone manager, for somebody who has a background in marketing, I got to call you out on your bullshit. You wasn't doing your damn job when it came to them negotiations, because you don't know how to separate motherfucking husband from darn gone friend. I mean husband from manager. You darn gonna take husband to the boardroom meeting, and that's your darn gone problem. And I hope y'all share this with damn Sidney, because I've been trying not to say this, but Sidney, you is the damn problem too, to a certain extent. But we'll do a whole nother video on that. Back to motherfucking Roseanne. Why did you defend Roseanne, Monique? But then wanted people to boycott Netflix. And Netflix has never been outwardly racist. Of all things, they pandered to the black community and have provided some darn gone benefits to black community. And just because they try to cheat you, you want everybody to darn gone feel the need to jump on the bandwagon and protest. Now, the point of a protest, I done told you over again, you can't boycott anything without offering a solution. I'm going to need y'all to look up the definition of boycott before y'all quit to say boycott. Because even with the Montgomery bus boycott, they had a carpool as a solution. You had not provided any solution to this damn day, and I wish somebody would have just asked you this on your live. I'm never able to catch you on your lives. And whenever I do, I can't never get through on the live stream. So my question would be to Monique is, what would be your solution to Netflix? Now, I thought when your ass was on darn on Periscope and you was talking about you was about to make this grand move, that you was about to do your own shit like Black Junk like Black Junction TV and the other platform, or you was about to partner up with them or something because you told them to wait on it. Next thing we know, you done hopped your ass on the YouTube. I said, bitch, you backpedaling. Because I done told you around that time, it's like that YouTube was going through the YouTube apocalypse. They was silencing people's voices, and somebody who's putting themselves in an advocate position, they can hide your videos, and even though they lie and say they don't do that, they do. They censor your search results. They limit the amount of views, and sometimes they unsubscribe people from you. I've been subscribed to people. Next thing I know, I see that I've been unsubscribed from them. Or if I'm still subscribed, I don't click the bell. Sometimes the bell gets clicked off, so I got to check routinely to see if I'm still getting notifications from people. So you went from a secure platform that wasn't doing none of that, where you could actually see people more in real time, to darn on YouTube, which is more strict. I said, okay, that didn't make any sense. I mean, unless you're gonna accept some darn on direct payments from the super chat. Can she get the super chat with less than 10,000 subscribers? I think you can. I think as long as you have over 1,000. I don't know. But anyways, we ain't seen that. Then you was having the audio issues and stuff. I was like, nah, Monique, we understand you struggling and all this shit. And this is a little bit all over the place. I'm getting Monique together on this darn on flip-flopping this as far as her darn on, because I'm trying to figure out what she doing. You done jumped from darn on Periscope, done had endless issues. It looks like you recording from a phone from darn like T.S. Madison. And it's like, both of y'all big black bitches both have thousands upon thousands of dollars. Y'all version of broke is not the same as me. Bitch, I had to darn on almost contemplate going back on food stamps just 2 months ago before my stuff started picking back up. You ain't in that same situation, so I'm trying to figure out, like, how hard is it for your ass to get a $500 Sony Alpha 8000 camera, put it on a darn on $15 tripod, get you a $300 ring light, keep the darn on thing stationary, and have you a $300 laptop in front of you to look at the comments. And then on top of the darn on camera, you can put in a $30 to $50 darn on microphone. This shit ain't got to be costly. Ain't nobody telling you to get real high tech with it like a Shameless Maid. You don't got to invest in that backpack thing. Now I'm planning on getting it someday where you could do simultaneously rail code. Now that's something Madison really needs. I seen an advertisement for it where you can do dual camera setups and all that, and it costs like $2,000 or whatever. But that's somebody who's doing it on like a TV scale, or doing a lot of editing and switching back and forth. You just talking to the people for an hour, and you can't even get a basic camera set up. Darn on phone flipping that, like, girl, if you don't get that shit the motherfucking together. But I'm still confused on this Roseanne Barr situation. Then people came out and said, well, what has she done for you? Your excuse was, oh, well, she came to the Netflix, she came to my show. Okay, I'm sure Donald Trump has came to several black people's darn on shows and stuff too. But you don't see darn on Star Jones co-signing this bullshit of Donald Trump. You don't see none of the black people who've been on Celebrity Apprentice who benefited from Donald Trump darn gone justifying his bullshit just because he's done favorable things towards them. So I'm trying to figure out, why is you darn gone? You should have just stayed silent. Just like your co-stars who are staying silent and mutual on you. This is a situation where you supposed to stay your ass mutual. Gabrielle Union, Will Packer almost blew up her motherfucker. Actually, the trailer did blow up Gabrielle Union. And you was right for calling out darn gone Will Packer. But due to the fact that she's stuck in between a rock and a hard place, because you're right, but, she's still in a contract with, such and such, Will Packer and Tyler Perry, she can't come out and co-sign that you're right. So, instead of throwing you under the bus, she just stayed out in the cut. And that's what you should have did. You didn't have a bad experience with Roseanne? Okay. You should have just kept your motherfucking ass quiet. But instead, you want to jump onto darn on her bandwagon, and you saying she apologized to you. But once again, hypocrisy at its finest. Now you calling out Tyler Perry for not darn gonna coming out and give you a public apology to this day, which is rightfully so, because Tyler Perry, you admitted that you was motherfucking wrong. She was not obligated to darn gonna promote the shit internationally. And how hard is it for you to just come out and say that shit? And you allowed this bad mouthing her to keep going on and on and on when you could have just simply made a statement out of the kindness of sisterhood. But you darn gonna lie to her and say you gonna do it. Your next movie came out, honey. You done produced about 3 movies since then, and we still haven't heard from you, except for the recordings that Monique had. But Monique, this is where you're a hypocrite, because you want us to take your word for it based off of a darn on conversation that you had with Roseanne, but Roseanne won't come out and darn gonna make her public announcement, just like Tyler Perry won't come out and make his public announcement for you. You see why people are now fed up with you, Monique? Because it's like you flip-flopping. You darn gonna pandering to Roseanne because everybody else done alienated your ass, because you have become the martyr for the cause, and everybody else ain't trying to darn gonna get their chicks fucked up. So now it seems like you're almost doing like old girl Darlene off of Queen Sugar. Shout out to Queen Sugar with Ava DuVernay. It's like, well, shit, these black people ain't. Is that your end game? Is you trying to really get in good with Roseanne and take her? I'm trying to figure out. Is it like with Darlene's character Charlie trying to get good with the Landrys to take her down? Is he trying to do that with Roseanne, try to get her with kindness and then flip the script on her? I don't know. But this bullshit with you, Monique, I don't get it. Because right now it's looking like you want us to forgive a racist, but you won't forgive Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, how fucked up it is, Tyler Perry is really just stuck in between a rock and a hard place. Now, I don't expect for you to forgive darn on Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels did some bitch shit, and even to this day talking cold cash shit when he did offer you the role of Cookie. When you did this as a favor to him, and then he turned around and told you, and this is my thing. It's like y'all talking about when she going off on them. No, y'all are justifying saying, well, how come she don't forgive everybody? Bitch, she don't need to forgive everybody. This is 2 totally different situations. I can call Monique out on this bullshit trying to get us to darn gone forgive darn on Roseanne, but I'm not going to say she should be quick to forgive darn on Lee Daniels, because Lee Daniels was her best friend, and the whole situation was done off of the sake of friendship. And the same thing with Oprah Winfrey. So I don't expect you, Monique, to forgive these 2 individuals who one darn gone allowed your rapist brother to go on the show, which you was okay with, because you thought he was going on the show and that was all. But what she did not tell you was your mama and your daddy was going to be on the show as well. And if you would have came on the show, Oprah Winfrey was going to pretty much blindside your ass and have your parents there and be like, surprise, now we're going to do an intervention. No, bitch, don't do that shit to me. Don't call me up and be like, girlfriend, your darn gone brother trying to get on the show, what you want me to do? And then you give her the okay, but she never disclosed that your parents coming on. And then your dad shortly dies thereafter. And y'all was never able to really mend that relationship. She had your dad on there. You said your dad was trying his best to defend you against the mama who was really defending the brother. And it was just a hot mess. Your mama and yourself had some turmoil for years. Y'all tried y'all best to rectify the situation years later. She recently died just a couple months ago. My condolences. So I've been following the whole story with you, Monique. I've been following it. I'm not just listening to third parties. I've listened to all your lives about your live streams about, your family situation, why you mad with Monique. Monique's situation, people keep confusing Monique's situation with Oprah with the Lionsgate. She don't give a damn about Oprah with Lionsgate. Her issue is Your motherfucking ass invited my parents, who I was estranged with, on the show, and you was gonna blindside me. I don't know why Monique just don't say that. Like, this bitch planning on blindsiding me with my parents that I was estranged with on the darn on show. It was one thing she told me my brother was coming, but you never said anything about my parents on the show. And then when we seen the final season of darn on Oprah Winfrey, we see how, Oprah Winfrey's setup is very strategic. Nobody just don't make no surprise appearance on her show like that. Nobody, everything is set up darn on sometimes weeks in advance. So it's like you already had it in your mind from what we seen on the last season of Oprah Winfrey show. You already had it set up for her parents to come on there, but you never disclosed that to her on the phone. And then her mama and her dad died first, and then her mama recently died, and their situation was never rectified, and you had a little bit to do with that, all for the sake of money. But you was at a position where you didn't even need to even cover Monique's story. You was already darn going Oprah Winfrey. You could have got away with just scrapping that. You didn't even need to make no money off of Monique. So I can understand this, but you called me in the sake of motherfucking friendship, but you darn gone did it out of the sake of spitefulness, the darn gone out of money. So I don't expect Monique to forgive Oprah Winfrey. Lee Daniels, she wouldn't be in this situation if Lee Daniels didn't lie on her on national TV. Because Monique took the high road and then was trying to say she wasn't blackballed when she was. But she was trying to keep it to herself and darn gonna work it out behind the scenes. But darn gonna Lee Daniels' bitch ass brought it to the motherfucking forefront. And then Monique was still kind enough to hand you the LGBT award the following year. And then you tried to darn on offer her the role of Cookie. Then you turn around when you got to Roger and say you never offered her the role. She proved that you offered her the role. And then you was like, oh well. Your motherfucking bitch ass need to be slapped too. I was so hoping that darn gone, what's his name, would have punched your ass while you sitting up there looking like motherfucking darn gone groundhog in that darn gone, in that snuggie blanket. You sitting your motherfucking darn gone groundhog looking motherfucking ass in that darn gone blanket. Looking like, trying to act like you darn gone Andre Leon Tyler. Bitch, you ain't no Andre Leon Tyler. You a bootlegged motherfucking knockoff. That's what you is. You ain't grinding hot stadilly like darn gone Andre Leon Tyler. Your ass is darn on 3 feet like a motherfucking darn on groundhog. And I was so hoping that when he rolled up on you, that he would have darn on snatched you like darn on Groundhog Day. Did the groundhog see his shadow? No, bitch. Spring has immediately arrived because I done stomped the fuck out of his ass. Right just when darn on Diana Ross, shout out to Diana Ross, hair twin. Reach out and touch somebody's hand and make it better again. Honey, and he should have reached out and darn gonna pop your motherfucking ass. And I don't know why I can't think of his name all of a sudden. Charges to my mind, not my heart. Damn, I done forgot his name. But he was about to darn gonna beat the fuck out of Mr. Groundhog. And I was so here for it. And, I'm typically an animal rights activist, so I'm wrong. I know Peter's going to probably come for me on Twitter when I share this, but it is what the fuck it is. That was one groundhog that I was ready to see getting stoned. Darn gonna carrying himself like he's Andre Leon Talley. Bitch, you looked it like motherfucking E.T. You looked it like E.T. in the motherfucking face, mixed in with a darn gone groundhog, but you wasn't blessed to have the long hands. Because your darn gone hands just as short as motherfucking darn gone Trump. While you sitting up there talking about, I'm going to pay you your money. Bitch, you want to pay me right now. I would have darn gone drugged his ass right out of there right then, and he would have been taken. He would have been taken to an ATM machine, and then we would have been going to another one, till you darn gonna withdraw darn gone $5 million. I don't give a damn if we got to go to 100 ATMs before the bank opens. Your ass is gonna give me my motherfucking money today. And then you jump your ass right back on the news talking about, oh, I'm going to give it to him since he's hurting for it. See, that's that motherfucking backward shit that darn on Lee Daniels do. And y'all darn on still defending this motherfucker. He darn on can't justify why he's not paying Taraji P. Henson no darn on decent money. Taraji P. Henson still making less than $1 million per show. Yet she's a darn on Emmy winner and an Oscar winner actress who's in her prime, who is still doing darn on countless movies. But she's making less money than darn on Marisha Haggerty from Law and Order SVU. But darn on Taraji P. Henson is one of the main characters that carries the show. Then darn on you darn on threw your friend Monique under the damn bus and allowing her to go through this bullshit. But now I can't feel too sorry for Monique because now you darn on trying to get in white graces because black people darn on not fucking with you at the time. Really, Mo? Like, I was rooting for you. Now, I understand that you frustrated that not enough black people are supporting you or whatever. But it's like, don't darn on go try to go to Cooney because that's going to permanently darn on put you in the ground. I understand you trying to say, well, hell, y'all ain't fucking with me no way. Let me go ahead and at least get a little bit of this white coin. No, what you need to do is double down on what you're already doing. Except darn on get your darn on equipment and shit up. Now that I'm finna darn on talking my little shit about you and your damn gone husband, who is darn on laissez-faire, baby, when it comes to being a manager. He's a darn on great husband. That's the problem. He's an excellent husband, but he don't know when to separate the husband role from the darn on manager role. When he's darn on providing you when he's darn on defending you as a manager, I shouldn't be reading darn on 3 pages back and forth like it's a darn on falling out between brothers. That darn on 3 pages, I read that entire 3 pages of your husband and Will Packer going at it. It seemed like a broken friendship versus a darn on business contract gone wrong. And that's the problem with your husband. Your husband don't know how to darn on defend you like a manager. He's defending you like a rightful husband of 10 plus years. So, he morally, feelings-wise, Sidney's 100% right. Business-wise, I can't get with Sidney. You do need to fire your husband slash manager and let him just stick to being a faithful husband. Let him stick to what he says he did before doing your manager role and get a darn on manager with some marketing skills. Obviously, at this point, you done seen multiple of my videos. You act like you ain't going to hire me. So I would say in Atlanta, please just hire any black darn on person who would have your best interests at heart, who can argue the negotiation deals. I'm not telling you to go get no hossy dilly white manager. You can get somebody else in Atlanta who's just like me, who knows you who knows of you and can fight the goat off the bat for you. Because like I said, if I was your dang on manager, I could have darn on took you from Netflix. Okay, Netflix, that's okay. Hop your ass on over to Hulu. I guarantee you I could have got you a $5 million deal off of darn on Hulu. With a contingency that if you would have did so many shows that was equivalent to darn on Dave Chappelle, your next deal would have been for $20 million. Because just like Sinbad said put him up against anybody and he can darn on outperform them and bring in the same number of people. So I would have put in a contingency that, okay, we're going to do this first one for $5 million. However, if it's proven that I am able to bring in the same number of people as Amy Schumer or as Dave Chappelle, I should get paid accordingly. So if you would have brought in the same number as revenue rise over at that Amy Schumer brought in over at Netflix, then okay, your next deal over at Hulu would have been $13 million. If you was to brought in the same amount of revenue as Dave Chappelle, okay, we're going to now pay you $20 million. Because if it's not based off a resume, if it's based off of what have you done for me lately, okay, let's put it in as a contingency. If this is what I can bring in as of lately, then pay me what I'm worth. And that's a whole nother video within itself. We're going to go into Monique thinking why she's not getting paid what the legends are getting paid. This video is already half-hour long. I will break that down in a separate video of the pay scales amongst the legends and why I think Monique should get paid $5 million. She is still worth anywhere from $4.3 to $6.5 million. It's just her manager is not able to articulate that in the right way where Monique can get those payments. Because before we break down the numbers, we're having a personal spat, and that's what's really holding Monique back. And once again, y'all can share this with her. She might darn on pay this video dust Even though I know she be watching. So once again, I mean this with the most love, Monique. I still love you, I do, but you was on some fuck shit with darn on Roseanne Barr. You was trying to do a little cooning and tip tapping. And then you know the darn on disparity with being called a monkey. Then your ass want to sit there talking about darn on monkeys are the most beautifulest creatures. Monique, if you don't sit your ass all the way the fuck down with that bullshit. If you don't sit your ass down with that goddamn bullshit talking about, I would love for somebody to call me a monkey. Monique, I wanted to darn on give you a love slap with that bullshit now. Talking about darn on, we was taught, okay, you tried to be overly woke, talking about, yes, we was taught that monkeys are ugly and all this in association with black people. Even though if I would think monkeys, with their asses darn on big but flat, and the facial structure that actually mimics more so Caucasianoid than Africanoid, if you ask me. But anyways, regardless, you was trying to be overly woke and darn on flipping some words around talking about, oh, well, monkeys are we only hate monkeys because we're taught about this. Nobody don't want to be compared to no damn monkey. Black, white, Asian, Indian, Hispanic, indifferent, binary. Nobody want to be compared to no goddamn ape. Nobody wants to be compared to an animal that will fling some shit at you if they got mad with you. So, Monique, you cut it with the bullshit. I understand your frustration, but what you need to do is darn gonna take $2,000, get you a $500 camera, go to Lowe's, get you a nice good old setup, get you some wall fabrics on your backdrop, pin it up with some darn on sticky some of those sticky things. That'll cost you only about $20-$30. You can change that every week. And then if you really want to get fancy, you can darn gonna get a little editing software for $200 and darn gonna get a green screen background. Just put some green paper up, and then you will have the little background, so you don't even have to worry about changing the fabrics out every week. And then, like I said, get you a $500 Sony camera that films in darn on 20 megapixels, 1080 HP, and you good. But you ain't in doing that. You still recording from the camera. It's like, girl, bye. You got to step your game up. Even darn on Madison down in the darn on basement is stepping her game up, and you are far above her level. So it's like, yes, you blackball, but you got to darn on show some quality with this upgrade. Like, it once again, the Montgomery bus cop movement had the carpool. What are you going to do, Monique? I recommend since your ass is on YouTube, you didn't want to partner up with Black Junction TV, and that's another thing. It's like, okay, this video's long enough. But anyways, those are my thoughts so far on Roseanne. We'll do a part 2 with down on Monique. But yeah, it's like, I'm trying to figure it out for you. But like I said, if I was your manager, you would have darn on had a Hulu commercial deal. I could have darn on gave you a multi-million-dollar Hulu commercial deal. Could have got you darn on Hulu special. We could have darn on boosted your darn on celebrity up for a couple of tours. We could have darn on reached out to a couple other prestigious people and some more, you, Wanda Sykes. Who else that you still in good graces with? Hell, we could even had Countess damn Vaughn. Hell, the show darn on R&B Divas ain't coming on no more. Countess Vaughn could have came on a darn on group tour. You could have had your own version of the Queens of Comedy tour. And of course, I think Lunell's doing her thing, so you would have had Countess Vaughn. You would have had who else? The other people that I just mentioned. I mean, there's so much things that you can do at your current status just because you're blackballed. Hell, some of the most prestigious people are blackballed. Muhammad Ali was darn on blackballed for 27 years and he was still doing stuff. Like, I don't get it, Monique. What are you doing to darn gonna get yourself out this rut? Because you got to do more than complain. Stop. I don't want you to be like one of these YouTubers on here where you just come over here and darn gonna cry and do the boo-hooing every damn week and darn gonna giving us the spiritual advice and shit, but we don't see no actions being planned. See, I'm a Capricorn. I'm about motherfucking action. What are you planning to get yourself back in the limelight? Outside of darn trying to appease white supremacy, and outside of doggone caping for some black people who really don't give a fuck about you no more. You need to do your own thing. And I'm showing you some stuff how you can do it. Now, if you want more details, you can feel free to message me. My email will be down below. And on that note, I will see y'all soon with more videos. This video is long. Oh, this was just too much as it is. But anyways,